Hi everyone, so this is an eye review for Arolda, and what we have here is a true blue eye. And the reason why I say this, the most obvious way to tell is there's lines that are going around the iris, which are called the nerve rings. They're the white lines you can see here. And inside, the nerve ring cuts through all of the gunk, if you may, and so it cuts through all of the brown. If this was a true brown eye, you wouldn't be able to see it cut through because it would be brown through and through. So there wouldn't be like a layer of brown and then a layer of white or bluish, which it looks to me underneath. It would be just brown. It would be like variation of the shades, but it would all be uniform brown. It is not. So that makes me think that this is just a very toxic eye, but it's a blue eye. Um, so let's go from the outside in, and we'll talk about all the issues. So first thing we see is we see a skin ring, which that means that your kidneys are having trouble eliminating, and this is the case in most reviews that I do because I mean we're all pretty much eating variations of the same diet, right? Like meat and potatoes, right? And that really toxifies the body. So what happens is once the body gets all kind of built up with the mucus, the same like your organs are not able to function properly. On top of that, from our natural diet, we're supposed to be eating, fruits, veggies, whatever. We're not supposed to be eating sandwiches. Sandwiches have a more toxicity than for example, right? They have more toxicity than they have nutrients, right? So the kidneys are having a hard time filtering all of this and they start to get backed up. So they send it over to the skin to filter. And this is when you see a skin ring and skin conditions because skin is not, I mean, they call it the third kidney, but it can only do so much, right? So, and that's where the trouble happens. This is the same thing for me. It's like this for most people, unless they eat a lot of vegetables, which, then they have a better start. But for most of us, this is what it is. Now we see nerve rings going all the way around the eye, like I pointed out earlier. That means the person's having an abnormal function of the nervous system. So you may experience anxiety, mood swings, things like that. And again, this also relates to your diet because the adrenals, which are producing cortisol and adrenaline and regulating your serotonin levels and all of this, they're not able to do this properly. So they're supposed to be doing it properly. They can't because they are related to the kidneys and they are also all gunked up. Okay, so all of this is interconnected. I'm not saying that if you start to eat good, your mind will become clear and you'll have, perfect function. There is some mental work that needs to take place in order for you to relax and be less stressed, such as you need to meditate more, be outdoors more, start to look at things lightly, not analyzing things so intensely. But at the same time, it's about 50% each, right? So 50% is coming from the diet and 50% is coming from you changing how you operate when stress happens. I also see a drug deposit which is located, if I'm mapping it, I'm assuming somewhere around your kidney and somewhere around your either breast or left breast or bronchioles. Either like it's right on the edge there. If anybody can help me with that, please leave it in the comment below. But this is where I see it based on how I'm looking at it. So that might be from previous drugs. Like I'm not like when I'm saying drugs, I mean like medications. So that could be kind of built up there, and as you detox, those things will go away. I have some too. A lot of people get them. It's just they accumulate and they stay. Especially if I'm right and this is in the kidney, then it makes perfect sense because kidneys are what eliminates it. So it just got trapped in there basically. So that's that. So now we have around the pupil itself, we have a brown ring, and this is where the GI tract is. So it's a darker brown, and that's where all the food goes through. For most people trying to detox, that is the place where their toxicity is most accumulated. For me as well, for most people. So it's nothing to worry about, in the sense that as long as you start to eat more raw food diet, as much as you can possibly handle, it's gonna go away. Now, these changes will not be overnight. I would say at least 6 months, but I would say you're probably looking at more like 2 years. 6 months is like when people, just drop everything and go to the raw food lifestyle. But for most people, it takes about 2 years. So just don't get discouraged. It took you this long to, get all of this in your body, so it's not going to take that quick to get rid of it. But you will get rid of it though. Some herbs I think do help, like speed up the process, like Dr. Moore's herbs, for example. If you were going to go that route, I would suggest specifically GI Broom, as long as you're able to eliminate, because GI Broom cleans out your GI tract, that's what we're looking at here with the most dirtiest part, the darkest brown. But GI, like, to clean out your GI tract, you have to be having multiple bowel movements a day. So if you're having that, then go ahead and get GI Broom. If not, then wait until your body starts to work more properly with just raw food diet, and then once that happens, go to GI Broom. Okay, so I do see it's a little bit worse in the brain area, which is usually what happens. And there are a few radii solaris, like the lines, kind of like spokes on the wheel lines going from there up into the top of the iris, which is the brain area, which can, again, just like the nervous stuff can make you more moody, irritable, anxious, or depressed. Basically, abnormal brain function to a certain degree. It's not really bad, so I don't think you're experiencing like horrible effects of it, but there should be some, and now you know that that's what it's related to. That was the review. If you guys have any additional questions, please let me know. I thank you for sending me the eye pictures. And if you guys want to send me your eye pictures, you can send it to my Instagram, or I'll have an email all linked down below, so you can send it to either one of those, or you can link it somewhere online and send me a message through YouTube. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.